expected help. Rhino is one of the biggest animals on the savanna. He's tall, large, and very strong. He can do many things. He can get into water and get his own food. He can defend himself, although he's not a fast runner. Most animals stay out of his way. They're afraid of him. Even the lions leave him alone. He's so big. Today, Rhino has a problem. He needs help. He has an itch on his back. It's a terrible, horrible itch. But most animals stay out of his way. So how will he ever find help for his problem? He tries to solve it himself first. Rhino can't reach the itch. He can't bend around enough to scratch it with his foot. He can't tip his head back enough to scratch it with his horn. He can't do anything else until he scratches that itch. It's a terrible, horrible itch. He doesn't know what to do. He tries to scratch it on a branch, but the branch breaks. He tries to scratch it on a tree trunk, but he knocks the tree over. He rolls on the ground. That helps a little, but soon the itch comes back. It's a terrible, horrible itch. The itch makes Rhino cranky. He stomps to the water hole. This scares the other animals away, but he doesn't care. He rolls in the mud. The mud cools him off, but it doesn't stop the itch. Rhino stomps across the savanna to find a solution. A herd of gazelles sees Rhino coming. They can sense that he's cranky. They don't know why he's cranky, and they don't want to find out. They bound away out of his path. Nobody wants to be near a cranky rhino. From the grass, a lioness sees Rhino coming. She doesn't want to risk being hurt by his horn or getting stepped on by his giant feet. She flattens herself down and watches Rhino stomp by. Nobody wants to be near a cranky rhino. A giraffe near a tree sees Rhino coming. Giraffes are very curious. This giraffe is curious too. He decides he would rather watch what happens from a safe distance, so he moves behind a tree. Nobody wants to be near a cranky rhino. A herd of Cape buffalo looks up. A herd of Cape buffalo looks up at Rhino. They are not as big as him, but they're very big and strong. Each buffalo has 2 large, sharp horns. The buffalo aren't afraid of Rhino. They aren't even really afraid of lions. Rhino stops stomping and peers over at the buffalo herd. He can see something moving on each buffalo's back. Why are there animals moving on their backs? Rhino doesn't think he would like something on his back. He wonders to himself, what can that be? Birds! Little brown birds are sitting on the buffaloes' backs. They're not afraid of the buffaloes. Some are just sitting there quietly. Others are hopping around very busily. They look for bugs on the buffaloes' backs. Then they pull the bugs off and eat them. One of the little brown birds looks over at Rhino, who is standing nearby and staring. The bird notices that Rhino doesn't have a bird on his back. The bird wonders if she can find more bugs on Rhino's back. She decides to take a look. The little brown bird flies over and lands on Rhino's back. She's not afraid of Rhino. The bird hops around, looking for bugs. She searches up toward Rhino's head, and then down toward Rhino's tail. Rhino holds still and waits to see what the little brown bird is going to do. The little brown bird sees a bug on Rhino's back. It's biting his skin. The bug is what is making Rhino's itch. The bird tugs the bug loose and eats it. Then she finds a few more and does the same thing. Rhino feels much better. Finally, the itch is gone. Now, Rhino and his friend are always together. He keeps her safe because he's so big and strong. She keeps the bugs off him because she depends on bugs for food. Best of all, Rhino doesn't itch anymore.